at times like this where future earnings are being discounted at higher rates given the inflationary environments, being able to push out 25% of our earnings as dividends on a monthly basis, I think is something that allows us to stand apart.
Joining me today is Sumit Roy, President and CEO of Realty Income Corp. Can you provide a status update on the integration efforts regarding the VEREIT merger?
Things are going very well. We closed the transaction February 1st. The last remaining major integration effort was the consolidation of the ERP systems. I'm happy to report that's also been completed by the end of May. And we are right on target to achieve the synergies that we had laid out when we first announced the transaction.
To what extent can Realty Income's tenants pass along inflation pressures to their customers, and how does that impact their ability to pay rent?
This is something that the way we've constructed our portfolio, client portfolio, is very much focused on doing business with people like grocery stores and home improvements, etc. And having clients that have the operational and financial wherewithal to be able to pass through a lot of the increases that we are seeing due to inflation onto their clients. And where it's not possible to pass through 100% of those cost increases, they have the financial wherewithal to be able to absorb some of it. And if you look at some of our clients, like Home Depot, etc., they've talked about margin pressures, but it's really on the margin, no pun intended. And some of the other businesses have gone so far as to say that they'll be able to pass through 100% of the cost inflations that they're experiencing. I don't think that that's a sustainable statement, but I do believe that at least in the near term they'll be able to do that and then be able to absorb the continued inflation that we might experience into 2023.
How would you describe the health of your operators in the United Kingdom, and what conditions are you seeing in continental Europe?
Once again, we targeted industries that are that are very defensive in nature, essential retail, if you will. A lot of who we were focused on were grocery stores, home improvement, general merchandising, but again with good financial strength. And as such, they've continued to improve. They actually experienced tailwinds during the pandemic-induced downturn that we had over the last 2 years. And their financial strength continues to be very strong going forward, so no concerns there.
And as you meet with investors this week, what are 3 top reasons you cite to invest in Realty Income?
One is our dividend. At times like this where future earnings are being discounted at higher rates given the inflationary environments, being able to push out 25% of our earnings as dividends on a monthly basis, I think is something that allows us to stand apart. We are part of the S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrat Index, which we are very proud to be a part of, is a testament to having increased our dividends for over 25 years consecutively since our listing, really. And as such, we think that is a value proposition that should appeal to investors. Second, going along the previous question you had asked, if you think about the way we've constructed our portfolio, it is very defensive in nature. We've targeted retailers that have a low price point component to their business, a service orientation to their business, and are very essential in nature, and that's 94% of our overall retail base. And as such, they are very well set up to absorb the vagaries the economic cycle will throw at us. And the third most important reason is if you look at how we've performed in previous cycles where interest rates were being raised, etc., the last one being in 2015 through 2018, we outperformed our peers both in the very first year as well as over the 3 years that the increase took place. All 3 indexes, the RMZ, the S&P 500, as well as the NASDAQ, we outperformed them. And again, it's our business model, it's how we've set ourselves up, and as such, those are the 3 reasons why I would say people should invest in Realty Income.